What's up, YouTube? Today's Geeky Acrylics video is something special that I'm finally getting to share with you guys. This is a custom Funko of ShawnJ. She's a Call of Duty content creator with Carnage Clan, and I was commissioned to do this Funko by Ripley, who's also in Carnage. So when she reached out to me, I couldn't pass this up. Love Call of Duty, been playing it since forever, and definitely a huge fan of a lot of the people in Carnage, been following them over the years, so fangirled and super excited I had to do this. So if you love Call of Duty, if you're a gamer, if you just love Carnage Clan, definitely smash the like button for the YouTube algorithms. I'm almost at 500 subs. We're getting there. It's slow. Really appreciate the help. Thank you. Yeah, so for this custom of ShawnJ, I'm using polymer clay to sculpt the details I need. And for the base, I knew I wanted to do something gamer themed. I did a little texturing to I wanted to kind of look like concrete. My vision was to have the controller and it's sitting there at her feet, but the controller, the cord is going into the concrete. And of course you had to have a G-Fuel shaker as well. Actually the G-Fuel shaker was probably the hardest part of creating this piece. Probably the smallest G-Fuel shaker in existence. I don't know if anyone's made one this small before, but yeah, love G-Fuel, had to do it. I think now that I understand the best way to create it took me a few attempts, but then I got it down. I usually use Super Sculpey, which is that kind of beige translucent clay you see her standing on the base. The gray clay I'm using here is a Sculpey Firm. It allows me to better keep the details while I'm working with it. It's a heat activated clay. You bake it in the oven, so it gets hot and softer in your hands. So when you're working with small details like that, definitely recommend using the firm clay just to keep it, from getting smushed while you're, trying to do those tiny details, like the little lid on the shaker there. That was a challenge, trying to get that small and try to get it as accurate as possible, but I think it came out really well. There were a few details that, Ripley had requested for this piece. So we talked about the G-Fuel shaker. We talked about including her scuff. She has a gold necklace that she always wears across, so I made sure we sculpted that as well. Her headband, if you watched any of her videos or streams or anything, gotta rock the black headband, so I made sure that was included as well. And once everything was baked, I hit everything with a nice coat of primer. Basically, I like to brush on my primer just like the paint and the varnish and everything else. I try to avoid spraying anything on. If you try to get me to spray on primer or a clear coat for any Funko, I'm probably just going to ruin it. So I brush everything on. It takes a lot of time to sculpt all the details and get everything as accurate as possible. So I want to make sure it has a nice even coat of primer, and I'm just more comfortable with the brush. Once everything was primed and dried, I got to work on painting the details. So here I'm applying a darker gray paint. So it's a little bit of primer mixed with black, and I added a little bit of water just to soak into the crevices there. So basically I wanted to make it look like weathered concrete. So once the black soaked in and, the dark gray soaked in and dried, then I took a lighter gray paint and just kind of dry brushed it across the top. That keeps it from soaking in and you losing the details of the textured weathered effect there. So I think it came out well. For the outfit, Ripley requested denim and off-white sneakers. I did my best with the off-white. Maybe not as accurate as I hoped, but I think the denim came out well. I've gotten the mix down to kind of make it look like old denim, like give it that nice denim feel. And then obviously for the top, I knew we were gonna do a black top with the Carnage logo. But yeah, this is basically just painted in acrylics. What you're seeing here is just the first coat. I usually do about 2 solid coats, depending on the amount of like detail and effects that I need to do with the paint. But hers only took about 2 good solid coats, and then I just go back and do touch-ups after. Did the solid black headband. That's like iconic ShawnJ, so that's definitely included here. And yeah, I think that the base sculpt came out really well. I was really excited to paint it. We did the Carnage colors for the G-Fuel shaker, and for the scuff we talked about it. She has a couple, I guess, that favorites that she prefers to use, and one of which was, I think, a gold one, so that's what we went with here, and it kind of matched with the shaker and the the Carnage colors and everything like that. So for that, you can't really tell, but when I sculpted the scuff off camera, but getting the tiny details in was tough. But I did actually, just because it felt weird now to sculpt the scuff without paddles, like I actually sculpted it's got like 2 paddles on the bottom, but then I had to glue it down. It defeated the purpose, but it felt weird. If you love scuff, you know it's got to have the paddles on the bottom. So they're there. You just don't know it. So that's a little fun fact there. Trying to make sure I got the logo accurate. I definitely sketched it out in white charcoal. That way I could kind of wipe it off and restart if I didn't think it was right. So made sure that was centered and pretty accurate to the Carnage logo. And then I did apply that with acrylics as well. Everything painted in Funkos is going to be done in acrylics. And yeah, so this is the final piece. Once everything was dry, I did apply 2 nice coats of satin varnish to protect it. I heard this was her first Funko, and she's building a Funko collection, so I'm super honored for the opportunity to create this. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more like this. I'm going to link a bunch of stuff in the description below, materials used, where you can find more of my pieces, my Etsy shop where you can buy customs, and my Redbubble merch. All that will be down in the description below. Thank you again. Until next time, bye-bye.